external power supply was causing issues. So now if you go to their website, you'll see the template for what will now be supposedly a 2-transistor legal limit G2 1.5, and it will have an internal power supply. So if they end up pulling this off, the G2 that I get, which they're now saying February, I don't track time anymore. There's been so many delays, but if they end up pulling this off, they'll have the first legal limit transceiver, and with a built-in power supply. And again, those of us that were the first 100 purchasers, they're getting them for the original cost. NA1AWR for you.
Wow, that's amazing. That would be sweet if you later on when they do indeed come out with one of those, then you don't need an amplifier. The radio alone does the job. Wonderful. Remember back many years ago, more than a decade or so ago, when Yaesu came out with that 9,000 MP, which was a 400 watt radio. Everybody went, wow, not a chance with that. Nowadays, 400 watt radio is nothing to get overly excited about anymore. So, with a 1,000 watt radio, now you're talking. Hey, let's see here. I got a little clip here. I haven't done any recording and playback in a long time. Let me just play this back and see how it works. Make sure the system still works.
It can rotate out, makes good sense, but the Lux is just so easy to use.
So I wonder how the playback is for you, David. Is the level the same as my live transmission? I mean, that's all just to come back to you.
Yeah. It is identical to me. And if you go to the Apache Labs site, you'll see. And again, to be clear, it is one unit that has the built-in power supply, the 2 transistors, and then basically the Anon or the G2 inside of it. So if you want to run Thetis, you hook up a computer to it, and you've got a 1,500 watt transceiver. You don't need an external power supply, don't need an amp, nothing. In fact, if you wanted to run it off of Pi, you wouldn't even need a computer, although I think everybody hooks up a computer and uses Thetis, but they're being honest with people as they hit the road bumps, and I don't know quite how they'll accomplish that in terms of cooling and whatnot. The enclosure looks like it's substantially bigger than anything that they have produced before. But again, with the internal 48 volt power supply and the the dual transistors in there and it's set up for legal limit, you have to figure that it's going to be physically substantially bigger, and surely it will have a couple very powerful fans, if not more than that. So it's on the Apache Lab website if you want to take a look at it. I'll have to give it to Apache Labs that when they've hit roadblocks, they've been honest with what the roadblock was and what they were doing to overcome. But even now, if you place an order for one, I think it's maybe $5,500 and maybe another $400 for the internal power supply, but under $6,000. But my gosh, Duke, could get a legal limit 1,500 watt SDR with built-in power supply. Man, that if anybody other than Apache Lab was trying to accomplish that, I'd say no way. But I believe eventually they'll get it out, and I'll get one, and we'll have been blessed enough to get it on the cheap. Because I think if I remember correctly, my total cost will be a little under $4,000. So wow, what a deal! NA1A WR for you.
Yeah, NA1A returning. Absolutely. Yeah, under $4,000 for a